Hi, I'm Kate from the Small Things blog. Today I'm going to show you how to recover bedhead hair. So believe it or not, this is my bedhead hair. I do not brush my hair before I go to bed, which is why it's still perfectly parted and I still have volume at the crown because all I do is sleep on it, so in a way it kind of pushes it up even higher. So it's kind of straightened out though. That's normally what happens to my hair when I sleep on it. And you can also see I don't have a lot of oil at my roots. I really don't have an oily scalp. In fact, I have a pretty dry scalp, so it's easy for me to go a few days if I want a kind of rougher, looser style on day 2. So all we're going to do is divide our hair in 2 sections and put a few more twists in it. It still has a little bit of texture. It's not stick straight. So by putting some really big loose curls in it, that's a great way to kind of revive it and make it look a little bit fresher. So we're just going to divide it in half. So from about our temples all the way around the back, we're just going to clip this section up. I have a 1-inch Hot Tools curling iron ready to go. And so we're going to take a section that's way too big for the curling iron, but we're just not going to twist it all the way up to our roots. And we're only going to leave it in for like a second. Since I have hairspray left in there from yesterday's style, I don't need to add anything else to hold it. So you can see we just did a quick little twist there, just to give it a little texture. We're going to do one in the back. So you want to start at the root as always, and then work your way out, just not holding it very long at all. But you still want to kind of let it cool in that curl pattern that you just put it in. So you can see how quick this is. We're already almost done with the bottom. Then after you've curled it, kind of run your fingers through it just to soften it a little bit. I'm going to do this one again because we've got it a little bit too straight right around the front. But quickness is key. So you can see how even I was just sliding kind of through there. It still gives it a nice like loose curl. Okay, so we've added a little bend to the bottom. Now we're just going to let down the top. And the easiest way to kind of keep track of your sections up here is to keep the rest of it clipped up that you're not working on. So I only let down my left side here. So I'm not going to comb it out all the way to my roots just because I don't want to get the curl in too close there, since we're going for kind of a looser wave. But I'm still taking a section that would normally be way too large for the 1-inch barrel, but it's perfect for just giving your hair a little bend. Okay, so we're going to let that cool right there. Now we're taking this section, so I'm going to keep this stuff clipped up. If you have a larger curling iron than I do, just do the same technique except hold the iron in there a little bit longer. The reason I can kind of speed through this is because each section is getting a pretty good amount of heat and giving it a good twist since the curling iron is so little. But I'm still kind of going for the illusion of I curled my hair with a 1 1/4 or 1.5 inch, even though I'm using a 1-inch. So working our way around. Make sure you don't have any knots on the bottom. So I dropped that one out. You can see the fact that I had hairspray in it yesterday because each curl is holding perfectly. Okay, so now we're around the front. I'm going to kind of leave my bangs out. We'll see how those look with the rest of the style. And just curl this section. Okay, let's make sure we got everything in the back. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go through with our fingers and kind of break up those sections you curled and then take care of any sections that look pretty bad, like this one. Normally, if you have bedhead hair and you're trying to revive it for day 2, just paying attention to the very front of your hair is a great way to make it look fresh. And then you can kind of let the back and underneath be a little bit more undone. You can see how that kind of revived it on the front. We really just want to loosen everything up. There's no real particular method to this. I'm kind of just raking my fingers through it to soften the curls. Okay. So this section, well, I think we're okay over there. I'm going to add a little bend right there. The rest of it's kind of okay. Yeah. See if that fixed that section a little bit. Yes, gave that a little bit more of a bend. Okay, so now what we're going to do is use a little bit of dry shampoo or makeover spray to kind of refresh your roots a little bit as well. And this curl is driving me crazy. It's a little bit too curly. So I just ran some heat over it to smooth it down a little bit. Okay, so my favorite makeover spray is by KMS. There's a lot of companies that make different dry shampoos or like refreshers. I really like this one because it doesn't leave any sort of texture in your hair. And I already have a lot of texture from Aquage Uplifting Foam and just it being day old, so it's got hairspray residue and stuff. So this is a nice clean sort of lifting, reviving spray. I'm sure you've seen some dry shampoos that it's almost like spray baby powder, which is really great for super oily scalps. But if you just need to sort of refresh it and give it a little bit of life again, I really like a clean spray. So this is called Hair Play. They call this makeover spray and it's described as dry cleansing and style maintenance. So it still sprays and sort of acts like dry shampoo. So we're just going to spray it right in the roots. It also smells phenomenal. So if you like the smell of hair products, this is a great one. So I'm kind of just going around right at my roots. Not going to bother with the bottom because it just doesn't matter. Maybe a little bit of my bangs. Okay, so we've sprayed that all in. Go in from the bottom and just really kind of rough it up a little bit. Since this doesn't have the spray baby powder look, you don't have to worry about like gray roots or anything like that. It can sometimes happen from baby powder if you don't comb it out. Okay, and that's really all there is to it. From here, we're going to tease just a little bit. That helps my style last all day, but kind of a midway teasing just to add fullness in through the middle. I'm not going to go in too close to my roots because I already have a lot of leftover lift there. If you have any questions about teasing your hair, I've got a tutorial where I do a much slower teasing technique than what I just did. But this is just to add a little bit of fullness so it doesn't get flat, because day-old hair is more susceptible to kind of falling because it's not fresh. Kind of smooth out your curls so you can't see any of that teasing. Since my bangs are kind of cooperating, I think I'll just leave them, but this would be a great opportunity to do the twisted away bang or the French braided bang, or just slip a bobby pin in and kind of pin them to the side. I've got other tutorials for those as well. But for me, I'm just going to leave them down because I don't know why, they're kind of working okay for me today. I'm going to do a little bit of hairspray, but I'll need a lot less since I have the leftover hairspray from the day before. So this is kind of just to hold those new curls. I'd be curious to know what you guys spend most of your time on, the back or front of your hair, because I definitely spend more time on the back of my hair. I don't know why. Okay, and that's all there is to it. A quick way to kind of refresh your hair and make it look good for day 2, almost as if you just styled it brand new that morning. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, for all of you that go day 2 and just want to revive your hair a little bit. If you want to learn about any other hair tutorials, be sure to check my blog under the hairstyle tutorials page.